Meanwhile, half of the CS2 market is currently dropping. A lot of people are looking for good investments that are not getting manipulated and could not get manipulated down the line just because it's always volatile. Usually when items get manipulated, they suddenly drop off in price, just like this Glock 18 Nuclear Garden. And sometimes it's just very unhealthy for the economy, because some people that buy into these hypes sometimes lose so much money. I mean, we've been selling for almost 350 euros upon a Steam community market, and right now the cheapest one listed is for 6 euros, and a lot of people quit the market actually and never return back to the game. And also these skins will never have the same potential just because a lot of people are just staying away from them, not really interested. Yes, one day it could be very interesting, but I would never buy these stickers just because they've been manipulated so hard upon the market, so I don't even want to see them ever again. Some skins that have been actually maybe manipulated, they're still kind of pricey, because ever since this farmers was selling for like what, 60, 50 euros, maybe even cheaper. Ever since the gold trade up update, obviously these skins have started to rise, and as you can see, we've been selling for 260 euros, somewhere in that area, have dropped all the way down to 170 euros, and 11 pieces were sold for that price, and already we're selling yet again over 200. Meanwhile, the minimal wear condition went lower and lower, and right now we can buy them up on third-party websites for around like 30 euros. I think it's definitely a great pickup, and these skins down the line will be used up very often for trade-ups. So I think during this market crash, it could be definitely a smart idea maybe to look at some worse conditions, because yes, they've been very cheap prior to the gold trade-up update, but we cannot compare. The era has changed, and these skins can get used up even more faster just because they are more demanded now. Are you tired of super expensive steams upon the community market and you want to buy some new ones? Upon Skinland, you have the best possible market prices for these skins, no hidden commissions, a 24/7 service, 100% safe, and you get immediate payouts. Skinland also pays out instantly, so you don't have to wait for your balance to arrive. Ever since the latest Valve update, you can still trade your skins here and legends trade here. Skinland is the official partner of Vitality. The best work with the best, even Vitality chooses Skinland. And if you want to sell your skins, here's a bonus for you. If you use my promo code RubyJetski, you get $10 for free if you sell your skins for $100. And thank you Skinland for sponsoring this video. I mean, before the gold trade up update, this skin was selling at around for like 60 cents upon the Steam community market, and the supply of these skins is huge because they exist only in field tested and battle scarred and well won, so pretty much not a lot of outcomes, right? And also this is from the Revolution collection. The Revolution collection, by my predictions, is getting removed next out of the current drop pool, at least it's just my own prediction. And as you can see, ever since we've risen only all the way to €1.30, and right now we're selling for €1. And what I've noticed upon this skin is that they're very stable and they always stay around the same price. So if you're gonna buy these skins, they will hold their value up until the point where they will be discontinued, and at this point in time I think you could sell off these skins for some profit, but always make your own research. Nothing is guaranteed upon the markets, but I really like the graphs. They look very stable, and this is the most important part for my investments. The AVP Duality, on the other hand, is a pink skin. It's an AVP, and in the factory new condition we're selling for around like under 15 euros upon third-party websites, and I think it's definitely a fair price, ever since these skins can also be used up down the line in trade-ups quite often, especially once this collection gets discontinued. A lot of people could go ahead and start accumulating this AVP just because AVP skins are always desirable, right? And also, I'm not gonna lie, the AVP Duality is looking definitely very cool. I mean, back in the day it used to look different, it got copyrighted or something, and then they needed to change the design. But ever since CS2, this skin, in my opinion, has actually gotten an update. I absolutely love it. I'm definitely a big fan. I mean, it looks very clean. I absolutely love the colors as well. It's definitely a very clean AVP to use as a play skin, in my opinion. We are also currently giving away this Lapis Lazuli to one of you lucky viewers. If you want to participate and win this skin, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up on this video, comment something down below, and make sure that your Steam trade link is in your YouTube description so I can see it and send you the skin right away if you win. I wish to all of you in the comments the best of luck. A lucky winner will be chosen. And let's get right into the next investment on our list. Also, I understand that a lot of people really don't like the Genesis collection, but I think it has just so much potential. For example, the MP7 Smoking Kills is not the best looking MP7, but it's just trade up fuel, right? And ever since we're currently sitting at all-time lows for this skin, prior selling for almost 30 euros and right now for 15. Meanwhile, the faction new condition is also selling for 36. At a certain point in time, we're selling for almost 80 euros. And in the faction new condition, this skin actually exists only 10,000 times. Can you imagine how low these numbers are? Even though the terminal is worth around like 10 cents or something, these skins are still very expensive just because in the terminal itself they're more expensive than upon third-party websites, and all the other people are selling them for cheaper. That's why the supply is not getting generated, and these skins have so much potential to get used up in trade-ups, and eventually the supply will be so low that prices could be certainly up there and only collectors could be going for these skins, but only if Valve is actually going to remove the Genesis terminal maybe from the active drop pool. It's not making them nearly enough money as any other case or any other terminal, not even the Armory right now. I think the Overpass 20 and 25 collection is making more money for Valve than this collection, the Genesis collection. But if you're interested maybe in the AVP, it's around the same price just like the MP7, but it's a AVP, has way more demand in my opinion, is way more liquid, and is actually a very beautiful looking AVP. I think right now it's very underrated just because the Genesis collection has no golds inside and the red skins cannot be really used up for trade-ups, and that's why they're sitting right now at all-time lows. But don't doubt it, I think this collection will have a lot of potential ever since all these skins are currently sitting at all-time lows, are very liquid, are very beautiful as well. Only thing that's missing is them being discontinued because the supply is actually very limited up on these. And this is sometimes very smart to diversify your investments. Don't only go for one skin, maybe spend less money and go for many other different skins, because sometimes certain skins are rising up on the markets meanwhile others are crashing. I could also be absolutely wrong about the P90 Shallow Grave, but in the factory new condition, currently selling for almost 50 euros upon third-party websites. In my opinion, this is definitely worth it, since these skins will give you red skins if you use them up in trade-ups, and this pink is the best from the glove collection, so definitely also worth to go for it. And also something to mention is it's the cheapest pink from the glove collection as well, and also the best one. And don't forget the Glock 18 Mirror Mosaic, one of the most beautiful Glocks in the game. At a certain point in time when it came out, it was selling for 160 euros, came down to 50, and right now we have reached even a lower low for 35 euros, even cheap up on the Steam community market right now, as you can see. I mean, generally speaking, yes, these skins have a lot of potential, but it's gonna take time. I mean, Valve is probably gonna remove these collections maybe in a couple of months, then we can see finally some new active drop pool changes, and also some of the new collections that have been added, like the Beryl collection, like the Ascent collection or the Radiant one. They have also potential to get removed, but these skins are currently very undervalued. That's just my own opinion upon it. I mean, I've been buying these skins in pretty low floats ever since they came out. I've slightly overpay for these, and ever since they've crashed down, so that's why I really do believe that right now is a great point to enter the market, ever since this Glock is a very beautiful looking play skin. It's matching with a lot of loadouts and could be very desirable down the line, just because the supply of these is, as I said, not very huge, because people are buying them not from the terminal and the supply is not getting generated anymore. I mean, nowadays there's so many active drop pool cases, so many terminals, and also so many different collections with skins, to be exact 5, because Valve is introducing recently a lot of collections. So this maybe means that down the line some of these could be removed maybe earlier than we can expect them, and the skin, for example, like this Desert Eagle Mulberry in the factory new condition, to be exact, could be very expensive down the line, because the supply of these in the factory new condition is also not huge, because it's kind of hard to get them and very rare to get dropped especially. And once they get removed, I think the hype train could be certainly happening. A lot of people could start accumulating these skins, and this could surge the price upwards, and during this time it could be definitely a smart idea to sell and rebuy once the prices drop again, because usually when something in CS2 spikes up, it usually comes back down for a short period of time before rising up yet again. So that's why I think these deagles will have a lot of potential down the line, but don't quote me on this. Make always your own research upon these investments, because down the line the CS2 market is very volatile nowadays.